Hello everybody, this is Dirty Gamer here with a review video for NBA Live 18 on the PlayStation 4. First, I will go through some menu options. Here, the home, you will have a league, and the league consists of playing through a season, full NBA season with your created player. I'll show you with my player. One of the many issues I find, slow loading screens. So here you have some options here, play the game, or you can simulate the game. They show you some news, some alerts. Then you get some detail, including goals or objectives to achieve. Lineup, how you compare against the league, and settings. You can also demand a trade, what have you. I'll back out of this now. Just to give you an idea a little more in the league in terms of the settings. So I'll just some gameplay, visuals, audio, commentary, music, what have you. But specifically for this season also, you can see there is an option for how many games you can play. So as you can see here, it says play full 82, each team twice, 58 games, or each team once for 29. So those are the options here. And you can also mess around with the playoff series lengths. And as you can see, other options seen here, quarter length as well. So this is the one for the league. And see, I was drafted Warrior, so you will be in the appropriate uniform that you picked. So that was the league. Then there's a Pro-Am Tour. Pro-Am Tour is like the streets. Like I said, it's the one separated in the league and the streets. This is the streets. Now, just to give you a bit of an idea, these are the tournaments. As you can see, there's a total of 5. I will just select the beginning here to give you an idea. Now, within each tournament, here as you see, there's a tournament, play games within the tournament, and there's also throwback challenges. Just select the tournament here. Just to give you an idea, within the tournament, not only do you have to win the games, there's also, in the end, you win a tournament crate. But there's actually objectives which can be very annoying and obnoxious within each of these games. You must fulfill all the objectives to obtain an objectives crate. I have found the objectives crate to be significantly more rewarding than the tournament crate. Now, depending on their position, here early on, it's pretty simple. Win the game, grab a rebound, that's a shot. But depending on your position, these can be very obnoxious and frustrating objectives to get. Because the further you get along, and depending on your position of player, these can be a little bit more difficult. As you can see here, they can range from simple ones to more challenging ones. And I did find times I did have to play more than once in order to do these objectives. Now, it should have just been win the game and what have you. Now, as I said, there is throwback challenges in supplement these. And you only open one here, in this case here for the Chosen League tournament. The answer is only opened after you beat the appropriate tournament, in this case the Chosen League. So I will show you here an example of the throwback. So here, again, earn assists, grab a rebound, score one more point than, in this case, Dion Waiters, Marquise Morris combined. And for each of these, you open, and if you succeed all the objectives, then you will obtain an objectives crate. Just giving you an idea. Some of these, like I said, they can get pretty difficult in depending on the position of player. And there's very specifically, which I will go later here. Okay, so this is early. Now I'm gonna just give you the other last tournament, which I did end on. King Drew Magnet High School. So this tournament, just give you an idea comparison of the first one. See, the increase goes up to 3 steals, 2 shots of screen. So it gets a lot higher, especially like I said, I was a point guard for this, so to me that was pretty difficult to get some of these. You had to get a little lucky, and again, a little random. And the frustrating part for me is like I'm a point guard and having to bang with these bigger guys. Now, one of the most frustrating ones was this force a shot clock violation on defense. I'm just letting you know right now, one of the most frustrating and random objectives to actually achieve. It took way too long to get that. So that's just to give you an idea of the pro-am part for the one. And I'll just show you some of the street objectives. You can see an idea of what these entail. This shows how many hours I have put into this game. And I have achieved quite a bit here. Okay. Alright, so there's live events. So these live events can consist mostly, in my experience, shoe challenges in which you earn shoes. Here you have a Happy Shoe Year Daily Challenge, which is a co-op challenge. So in this specific one, you have to win by 2, win this challenge to earn new shoes for your creative player that can be used in the league in the streets. And you can examine the rewards to see what you get. One of the many glitches, one of them here being has shown, or the photo for the reward is not being shown on the image, but it is shown here. So you can see it there. And again, I don't know if that's because it's associated with being server-based or what have you, but there's quite a lot of shoes that I have that are like that. So your options are to play with friends, find some teammates. By the way, just to give you an idea, it is required for you, I'll just give you an example, in order to achieve both these as well as the live run games, which I'd rather have to play with AI or versus AI, they do require you to actually have, see here we're lucky, but if you're actually going to go by yourself, the shoe challenges, you're more likely to find co-op partners to play with than you would on 5 versus 5, for example. I rarely find 5 full people. So if you choose play with friends, right here, just give you an idea. So see, as you can see in the top, 1 more player required to start. So you do require actual human players. In this case, 1 additional in order to get these challenges. There is other ones, like I said earlier, there's live runs, which consists of 3 versus 3 and 5 versus 5. That's under here in competitive. And the times I can barely find anywhere near enough people to do 5 versus 5. Alright. And you have your upgrades menu here where you can upgrade your skills. It could be primary and secondary. You create your player, and depending on the player type, you have various primary skills and secondary skills. In this instance here, this is a point shooter, so you max out here on your primary skills, level of 93. Your secondary skills max out at 82. Just give you an idea, as you max out, there's various perks as well as rewards you do earn for your created player, and specifically here in the form of shoes. And there is also animations, as you see here, like jump shots that you also do unlock for each progression here. So again, like I said, various unlocks as you move past higher into higher levels. Alright, and supplement to that, you also have traits. Enhance your player by equipping traits with the unique boosts and abilities. Now your traits actually go between separately the streets and the league. Some do not transfer over. For example, there's certain ones you can only use in the league and not in the streets, and vice versa. You can swap said traits. You know, right here, X, you can select through your available traits. Your traits start at bronze, upgrade to silver, and upgrade to gold after achieving certain sub-objectives. As you can see here. So there's quite a few different types here, as shown. Alright. And for your player, just right here, there's also a store. You spend your rewards points to get new gear for your player. And just to let you know, there is a currency. There's a form of currency here for your loot crates, but unlike NBA 2K18, where it's kind of pay to win, these crates are cosmetic only and are only obtainable through gameplay. There is no real money to buy these crates. Early on, the crates you get, for example, these starter crates, are very basic for clothing, and as you get into higher levels, you can get a little more detailed here. So again, you have like clothing, accessories, shoes being the biggest one. See here, like elbow pads, knee pads, braces, things like that. And there's various types of brands as well. EA Sports, Steph Curry, Jordan brand. There's celebrations crates, which I consider to be emotes that you can kind of like equip on your player. To make them, do various celebrations that you assign to your right stick. And as you get higher, and as you see here, there's divisions between two levels. There's like your league level and your street level for hype level. And depending on your progression on those levels, you upgrade and get more higher level crates to be opened. As you can see, right here, certain levels are required. For example, this requires my league level to be a level 20, and it goes a little higher. And then when you get the higher crates, your combined level needs to be even higher than that to unlock these crates, as you can see. So there's quite a bit of customization options for your character. You have tattoos, appearance, animations, player info, and you actually can assign outfits. There's actually 3 slots for home. Just give you an idea. And you can modify, things like on your headband, your biceps, your elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, knees, calves, and ankles. And again, you can give you an idea here. You can change your top, with what you acquire, whether it be rewards or curtain crates, and shorts, and there's also jeans, cargo shorts, board shorts, sweatpants. Socks, pretty basics, only a few of those. But the shoes, this is like definitely the deepest part. As I said earlier, one of the glitches here, where the photos for the shoes do not show up. Just give me an idea of the shoes I've acquired thus far. Quite a selection. And like I said, you can actually, have slots here. So the Streets Home, you have 3. Streets Road, there's 3. League Home. Now the League Home, unlike the Streets, you can't obviously modify, which is kind of unfortunate. You can't modify certain things. They're very specific. So the only thing that you can that is similar is the shoes. You actually can select any type of shoe. However, when it comes to every other piece of equipment, the headband too. When it comes for example, those biceps, I can't. They lock those down to specific type crates for those, which is a little disappointing, as well as the calves and ankles. So that's why the League character will look different from the Streets character. So that's a little bit of a bugaboo, especially when you acquire so many types of things that you want to equip. Okay. And just to give you an idea, you can also modify, I said earlier, tattoos. So you have neck, arms, and legs. You don't find too many on the neck yet. Just giving you an idea the types that they look like. So these are acquired through crates. And like I said, you have the option to purchase some of these in specific crates. Or if they do put them on the store, which I will show, you can get a couple of these, but not all of them can be gotten with your crate specific currency. So that was tattoos, and your appearance. You also can change that too. You can modify your player info. There's you could actually do the Game Face HD if you wish, but for normal they have your stock heads. And stock hairstyles. There's quite a diversity of hairstyles to actually play around with those. You can see, just to give you an idea. Matter of fact, I think it's probably one of the deepest in terms of hairstyles I've seen, considering it's a basketball game. Alright, and facial hair as well. But not too much facial hair options, actually. This is a little bit less than I would have thought, considering how much hair options they have. Okay. And animations, which I consider emotes. So for a few of these, for example, the celebrations, those are really like the emotes here. But like dribbling, you can select, as you unlock different moves here, who you want to select. For example, Kyrie or Steph. Same with shots. And if you unlock one for one, I think that for one character, you actually can create multiple characters. I actually have 5. But yeah, that's your limit. You create 5 players. Free throws. Layups. Now if your guy can dunk. Oh, I didn't realize this guy actually can unlock as he dunks. Huh. Interesting. Because my guys don't really dunk very much. And then these are the emotes here, the celebrations. These, like I said, these come in crates. There's some that are locked, and I'm not quite sure how to get those yet. But yeah, quite a few of these. And like I said, these are assigned to the right stick, and you can use these after basically, scoring. And you assign them to where you want on the right stick. Whether it be up, down, left, right. And yeah, you can only assign 4, because the right stick's just, 4 directions. And I think that's a little low, considering how many there are. And dunk celebrations as well, same thing. You can assign a couple of different ones, specifically the dunks. And 3 points are specific to 3 points, actually. So you can't actually use certain 3-point ones with anything else. So anything that specifically says 3, it's locked to the 3s. And these are kind of cool ones too. Okay. So again, there's a lot of, ideas here. Interesting ideas. And like I said earlier, just go back to the store here. There's items. Like I said, you see here, some of these are pretty expensive. But if you just want to buy it straight out instead of you wanting to, get it in like a loot crate. Some of these are not available in loot crates though. Some of these are like specific here. And here, as you can see, these are still for me because you actually do have to have a certain progress to get some of these. But I've actually, playing several hours, have been able to unlock a majority. Okay. Alright, so let me just go back. Alright, so I was trying to mention before, so here's the main menu here. You have the one for the league in the street, your active player, which I mentioned there, you can actually put 5 slots and just show you. I have 5 different types here. I try to create 5 different ones. I actually feel they should have had more slots because there's actually more than 5 prototypes to make. Like I said, here's a point shooter. I also have a rim protector, wing scorer, wing shooter, and slasher. And they do have appropriate play styles. And NBA Play Now, WNBA Play Now, online head-to-head, Ultimate Team, franchise, some practice options including drills, shoot around, one-on-one, 1 versus 1 scrimmage, or 5 versus 5 scrimmage. And then you have your settings that's around with here. Alright, so this NBA Live 18 by EA Sports. It's a problematic effort of a basketball game. It is full of bugs, glitches, and control issues. Too many times, gameplay is broken by moves not being performed, button presses from the controls being read improperly, or not at all when the controller seems to stop responding. It is not hindered by NBA 2K18's virtual currency, pay-to-win, and too slow progression system. Like I said, there are interesting ideas that are just poorly executed. The loot crates don't require real money and are only obtainable through gameplay. Like I said, there are various customization options for your player, including animations, emotes, celebrations, and tattoos. The Pro-Am mode does have, as mentioned, obnoxious objectives required for unlockables and trophies, including a broken one for force a shot clock violation one, being the most infuriating, frustrating, and randomly luck-based one that I've run into. Just to show you where that one is, that is under the King Drew Magnet High School Tournament event. And it is the last game. Play Game 5 final. Force a shot clock violation on defense. Like I said, that will take quite a while. It's just completely random. Now, additionally, the online play. It's dominated by trash-talking, ball hogs, and hero ballers who do not play team basketball, would rather go 1 versus 5 than pass the ball to the open man or shot, leaving you questioning playing this game with such poor players. Now, there is a curious, puzzling, and frustrating online unlockable jersey required to play with these such players, which requires 90 games of 5 versus 5 live run games completed with 5 human players actually finishing through these games, in which you can barely ever find enough for 2 versus 2 human players. It's really random and luck based as well. Here's 3 versus 3. See, it's not 5 versus 5. And again, that's going to be one that's going to take quite a long time to get because that's a very specific objective as seen here. Complete 90 live run pickup games with 5 human players on your team. This is the one that I will not be achieving anytime soon because it's depending upon humans. And I think this was kind of poor form and short-sighted of EA to tie something dependent on these human players showing up, because they have to actually finish, and you have to have 5 versus 5 human players on your team and actually finish the game. Like I said, the poor online lobby system further frustrates this. I'd rather play the AI, and it should have been allowed instead of requiring me with human players to start. You require human players, certain number of human players before you can play any of these, whether it be the live events or the live run. Too many issues affect this game. Even though I have put several hours in, there is quite a few of customization options and some depth there. However, due to the mentioned issues, notice it is not fun, and I would not recommend this game. This has been a Dirty Gamer for a review of NBA Live 18 on the PlayStation 4. Get your game on, but not on this.